Hello everybody. Hi, this is Fanny. I hope you're having a great day. This is a video that I'm recording especially today for the United Nations. And I'm posting it on YouTube so my friends and partners and all the networks that we've been working together with for many years can actually see my new art, but also the project I have with the ENCYCLOPEDIA, the PachaMamArt Encyclopedia, and why I would like to bring it to the United Nations. So I'm actually applying to this social affairs officer's position at the United Nations right now, and this is so important to me because I've been studying for this. I've always been interested into languages, and since I traveled to Peru, I was fascinated by indigenous people, cultures all around the world. Because when you travel, you discover the world and new cultures and you open your mind, but you also learn about yourself, because then when you come back home, you see your home with different eyes and things you haven't noticed before. And then this is how you become more and more open-minded, but also accepting, of others and stuff like that. So I am so motivated and excited to do this video today. So hopefully you will be able to watch the entire thing, and I will show you how all of my work, my art, my research, and the network, we've been working together to set up this mastermind. It's an absolute, well, this was the draft. Okay, I'm waiting to print the final one, hopefully within a month. It's a series of mastermind activities around painting, around art, so something that is fun, entertaining, but there is also references. It's like a catalog of geniuses that I made all around, of ideas, of books that you can refer to, that we can educate, okay, people who want to train themselves or their own business or their families, anything. Once they have the book, they can reproduce and repeat with their own environment. And this is how we ripple all the mindset, the tools, the strategies all around the world and have a massive impact. Because, I've been working for many years on my own, and I don't have a lot of followers on Facebook or on YouTube. And I always think, it's okay if I impact one person or 2% or a few people who really care about it. That's enough. But it's not, because, even Antonio Gutierrez, the director of the United Nations, says that there is an emergency with the climate right now. And even with the progress of the space race and all of that, and everything's going super fast, and it's not enough to impact 1 or 2%. We need to have a massive impact, okay, so we can make a swift switch in the entire world. So this is why I want to work with the United Nations, so we can implement those at a global level, but also at the local level, so where it can ripple, and in both ways, because the indigenous people and communities, it doesn't concern just them. It's also single women or outcasts or different races, an immigrant, wherever country you're at, but the indigenous people, for example, for the past decades, we've seen the progress, so they've been attracted to the cities, the work in the cities and technology, all this stuff, and wanted to escape poverty. They go and they kind of deny their own culture, their own language. And this is terrible, because over the years, you lose the culture, you lose the patrimony and the traditions and the heritage from the land. So this we need to protect. But on the reverse side as well, we need to educate the people on accepting these cultures, these ancestral traditions, the medicine. The medicine comes from the jungle. If we don't have the shamans and the medicine men and women, in the forest to bring this to our pharmaceuticals, then we can't have a global medicine worldwide. So we need to preserve all that. It's very, very important. So in the encyclopedia, through art, there are symbols from all around the world, like the flower of life, Where is it? So I put all my little markers, different symbols like the yin and the yang, the peace sign. So through art and little workshops, easy, that can go from 3 hours to entire weeks masterminds. While you're painting a symbol, you're learning about different cultures, but it's also a table where we can exchange ideas, talk about experiences in any ways. It can be social, it can be professional and networking, it can be social, it can be helping families and women who are in certain circumstances and need someone to talk to and they don't dare to do it on the social media platform. You know, by the way, this is cultural to do everything online in front of everybody. This is very American. In France, we're very private. We write one-to-one and stuff like that. So all this, if you come to a country you don't know about it, it can be very surprising. You need to adapt. So, and by the way, the platform that we've developed with the social media and the dialogue is very unprecedented. I'm so glad and grateful because it's no longer discussions that happen at the top of the pyramid, you know, with the governments, and then the people learn from it in the media. With the social media, now we, the people from everywhere, from the schools, the universities, the Navy, the Naval Postgraduate School, amazing. They, you know, how we respond to the curriculum and stuff like that. All this, everybody's in my encyclopedia. So it's going to be like a catalog of references where people, you're interested in science, go to the Resonance Science Foundation and learn, you know, the magic of life. You want to learn about tradition, ancient cultures or mysteries, you know, go to Gaia TV. Or so there's lots of references. And for the Navy, you want to become an officer in the Navy and have an impact inside of the government, become a part, make a change from within, you know, go to the Navy, join the Space Force. You know, with the space race, if I, funny minority, with my 2 followers and no degree in science, if I call Elon Musk tomorrow or the Space Force, you know, they're going to laugh at me. But if I do this with the United Nations, then we can start having a conversation. Because now they have the Operation Apollo 1, Apollo 2, Apollo 3 coming. So I don't know the time frame, maybe the next 30 years. They're going to be launching to space and everything. But this is so much combustion, so much fuel. Then the rockets, they fall into the ocean. This is terrible for the environment. This is really bad. And we created all together with the network, the scientists, the researchers, an anti-gravity formula working on free energy. Where is it? Right here. You see, this is an anti-gravity formula continuing the work of Nikola Tesla and many researchers like Billy Carson, Matthias De Stefano, even Leonardo da Vinci, all this gathered because thanks to the internet, we are able, it's not that this is new, it's that what's new is that we're able to combine everything, all this knowledge, put it together and go very fast into the progress. So it impacts, you see, art is related to the environment because once we able to have those platforms of communication and train the people into trusting their intuition and becoming very aware also of the necessities of the environment, what we can do and what we cannot do or keep doing, then we can implement, you know, those free energy formulas. So now if we're having clean energy spaceships coming up, we don't have combustions, we don't have any more pollution. You know, this is my little crazy sci-fi scenario, but you know, when they show now evidence from the ancient ages, right? When they have helicopters in the hieroglyphs or signs that they were like maybe time travelers and stuff like that. Why? To me, we're right there. We're right there. The science is right there to discover time travel, okay? Through wormholes or I don't know how they call it, but to be able to time travel. So what if it was our civilization from the future that experienced like a Wall-E type of scenario where we have so much junk and metal all around the planet that we can no longer even live on Earth, and we're preparing right now to live on the moon, you know, as an escape. But what if these people were the ones who sent information back then, so we can be warned over many, many years and many, many generations? So at this critical point where we are right now, we can actually take action. You know, in this book, I talk about the 5 stages of acceptation. So at first, the truth is ridiculed or ignored, you know, and then it's questions. It's when the curiosity starts raising, and then it's accepted, and then it starts being promoted. But all this takes years and takes repetition, and this is why the mindset is so important as well. Just like mathematics, history, or language, if you don't practice, you forget about it. So all of that, it's all in there, and it's all connected. You know how we promote the culture of the indigenous, the ancestral cultures, to the progress, the technology, and the NASA, and the environment, all of that. So you see, I'm already, in general, environment and mindset. See, everything connects. Yeah. Well, I was in my groove, and I tried to not forget anything, and now I did. Okay, well, I'm gonna just keep on going. Yeah, becoming this rainbow bridge, implement and change our habits at a massive scale. Okay, so let me show you a couple of stuff from that. So you see, you have, for Navy, we can do trainings with the Navy, studying the geometry. So for example, this is one of the paintings I'm painting right now. We can adapt to any field of expertise. So this is the Polaris, for example, and I started painting that. It's like fire on water. It's going to be water, okay? The person who ordered that wanted like a water, okay, dark water. And the day I painted that, there was a volcano that erupted in Hawaii. And I was like, this is crazy, because it's like we were connected already to the environment. Oh, yes, I remember now what I was going to say. We're connected to the environment. The environment is talking to us. So when we learn to paint and open our creative channels and develop our intuition, we realize that we're one with the environment. We're interdependent. And this is what I was going to talk about, and that I forgot, is this prophecy of the Pachacuti. When I was in Peru, I've lived in Peru for 2 years, and there's this prophecy of the Incas that says that when the condor and the eagle will fly together, the world will know peace. And the condor represents the Andes, the South America, the indigenous people, the ancestral tradition and knowledge, the shamanism, the world, the mind, right? And the eagle represents the North America, the power, the technology, the strength, the economic power, all of that. We need both of them. We need both. But once they combine the spirituality with the engineering, the intuition, and we learn to listen, the message of nature, but listen to each other, you know, the most beautiful of all that, it's not so much of course, the progress is important, but it's that we're able to listen to each other and to have a dialogue, no matter if we agree or not. We're able to have these platforms where we bring our opinions and we talk, and then we can start making the change. Okay. So if you're in the Navy, we can paint design like that. And this is a little painting that I started for our next president. Okay, it's like a window. So you see the 2 Americas, the north and the south, with the flower of life in the middle, and the rays of the sun and the crystals, because we're going to use natural energy as well, the golden age. Right, so if you want to know who's going to be the next president, you need to get my encyclopedia. It's all in there. But we don't need to wait for the next elections. And this was also, I wanted to thank our current president, Biden, for opening all these jobs. You see, there is a lot of new job openings all over the country. So I know this was one of their policy as well to help with the economy. So hope I get this job. If I do get this job, I will, this is my little promise, I will send a Inca trilogy to the White House. Okay, so this is the design artwork that we started with Esteban, my son, and I. He did that all by himself. He drew the Inca trilogy, the snake, the puma, and the condor. And I will do a Stars and Stripes Chacana, right? It's going to be an Americanized. It's going to be the condor and the eagle energy in this one painting. I'll send it to the White House. It will be the symbol of the alliance of the two worlds, right? So this was the little surprise, right? And promise, but also that you see you can do that with kids as well. Because now I was doing these classes at the farm every weekend, but even the children, now they know about the prophecy, and it seems simple, but now they have a mindset of collaboration, cooperation, and no longer competition. You know, I always say competition shouldn't exist. When you're in school, every class learns a language, every class learns mathematics, okay? So everybody now is going to learn the new energies, the new progress, but while preserving also the ancient, right? Not trying to look in the future and forget what's in the past, the heritage. Because if we all blend into one culture, then we lose. We all become robots. We all become the same. So we have to keep our authenticity, and seeing the quality of our life is where we walk every day. Seeing indigenous or foreigners, arts, have beautiful art galleries. I would love to see art galleries with different arts from all the 5 continents in there, or the food, or, you know, a gallery that has art and food, and you walk around and it's like you can know about the world anywhere. New York is beautiful for that because you have all the museums. All right, let me continue. I don't want to take too long on this video, because when you see through the art and something that is not, you know, if you're in trouble at home, you don't want to go in a workshop, or, you know, you're going to talk about problems. You want to go work on something that's going to be joyful and colorful. But this is going to be an opportunity to also find support and people that can understand you and maybe help you. I know because of my financial struggles through my divorce and stuff like that, I found many financial solutions that I can now share with others. And then we can share the trainings. So you have paintings, drawing, culture, science. You also have exercises, okay, to develop your intuition, your creativity, like this one, for example, working with the emotional spectrum. What does the ocean, what color do you associate with the ocean, or with a feeling like excitement, joy, melancholy, compassion, health, family? Starting to associate concept with colors. So then if you're working in marketing, when you're creating visuals, you know a little bit more about the energy of colors. And once you have references as well, you can harmonize the message all around the platforms. And this is when you make a massive change. Is there more I wanted to show today? Thank you so much for watching and giving me this time. Yes, the little symbols. Yes, and this was the last one. These are pictures from the Amazon when I took a trip there. And these are called uña de gato and sangre de grado. These are 2 roots from, one is a sap and the other one is a root from trees from the Amazon. And these are amazing for the stomach, or even they can be used as band-aids, immune system, all of this stuff. And when I was there, I also saw, you know, wood manufacturers come in the jungle and take in the lands, and they were telling me, no, they come here and just take whatever they want. They don't, you know, this is private property. They don't care. And giving a voice to everybody, because there is nothing more frustrating than having a voice and feeling like nobody else can understand. And when you start talking to people all around you, you realize that many people feel like that. You know, I was talking to a friend the other day, and she was telling me, oh, I don't want to have kids because I don't believe in the next generation. I don't believe there is hope for the world, you know. And the more you talk, and you realize there's a lot of people like that, and it takes a huge effort to get out of this and to bring you to challenge yourself, to keep going and to have a hope, but only by working together and knowing that there's others and there's actually possibilities and opportunities. Because if we're all screaming on our own but there's nothing happening, then we just give up. So this is why I want to work with the United Nations, so we can have this impact and work together with more efficiency and implement those projects at every level of science, environment, and social and cultural, and create this beautiful world family. What else would I want to show you? Okay, I'm gonna finish with those. Okay, I'm gonna finish with those two paintings. This is one, for example, if you're passionate about Egypt. This is I am passionate about the tablets of emerald. This is one I'm creating right now with a beautiful gold scarab. These are not finished. But you see, there's really from every taste. And this is another one as well, where I'm using, see, Leonardo da Vinci, for example, he used the flower of life with the square and the circle. This is another way, but I added a heart. Okay, this is a symbol of Hermeticism that I transformed in something more joyful, because this is a cultural symbol that scares people sometimes, and I wanted to make it in a more joyful way and put a heart in the middle, because there is a lot of people who think that knowledge should be reserved for the elite, and then, or that you have to prove yourself to be worthy of it and stuff. And I think we're all worthy. Sorry, I keep going because it's so important. We could talk for 2 hours, but that's why I added the heart in the middle, because we all, if you have a heart, you're worthy. We all are led the power of the heart. Even the people who are mean, the people who have a broken heart. And so through the heart is the most important. Nobody is better than anybody else. And even if you're not educated, even if you were not born with the same chances as everybody else, you need to have access to education and to the knowledge and to possibilities and to opportunities. So yeah, through the art, let's bring colors to this world. Thank you for watching. And see, there was 2 people watching. Thank you. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you soon.